Hello and thanks for joining me for some more Salt 2 Shores of Gold. Picking up shortly after the last episode where we handed in a quest to the Marauders Guild over there. And we've got a couple more quests for those guys. But we're not going to do those today. Instead, what we're going to do is we are going to go and find the Hunters Guild, which is just a little bit northwest of us. And where's the Fishing Guild? The Fishing Guild is further up north, so we might not get to that today, but we'll go to the Hunters Guild. Yeah, in between episodes, I did teleport back to our first seaport, and I bought myself the merchant's fishing rod and the Long John fishing pole. I'll get back to those in a minute. What I'll do though, I'll put my fishing rods on the wheel, I guess. Let's pop that on there. We'll pop this one on there. I might put my shovel on here. And right. Now, so we're on the desert island where the Marauders Guild is. Over here we have a little circle with a cross in it, round with rocks. This is a buried treasure. So we're going to bring out our shovel, and your shovel can break when you're digging these up. We can get better quality shovels later on, but we'll open that up. There's a few goodies in there. All right, so we want to go northwest. So our boat's pretty much pointing in the right direction. All right, let's just shortcut back to our ship this way. All right, let's get the sail going and cruise up here. Let's just put some stuff away in here. All right, I'll put that away because we've been there. And what I'll do, yeah, actually I see a little tower over there, so we might just adjust course a little bit and head over that way. I can put that away. All right, let's do some fishing on the way. Okay, so actually I've got the normal fishing rod. I'm going to put that away. I'm probably not going to be using it much. All right, so the different tier fishing rods, one's not necessarily better than the other, but they are better at doing different things. So this one is better for catching stuff that's not fish, such as treasure chests and certain things like that. This one is better at catching rare fish. What we'll do, let's grab the green one. Well, we're almost at this destination anyway, so I guess we're not going to worry about it just yet. We'll do this tower, and you can see there's like a shiny ring sort of thing. These are much easier to spot at night. We've done one of these before, but we'll cruise up there. Let's just slow down a little bit. Well, maybe not that much. Let's pull it a little bit more. Put it straight back up again. And we should cruise into it just a touch more. All right, let's drop this. Now we might have over. Yeah, we went We went too far. Alright. Now it's over here. Okay, that's fine. So let's hit R for toggle and retrieve. And... oops. Let's go up here. Now where are we? Alright, it's right there. So we want to position this and drop it into the ring. Let's grab that and we'll come on, why aren't you letting me toggle that? Okay. No. R and retrieve. Thank you. Okay. Let's pop this back up front. Spin it back around. Let's see what we've got. Let's open that up. So we've got a map and a couple of bits and pieces. Alright. Let's go for a swim. It's a little shipwreck down here. Not much down here. You can find a couple of coral bowls. There's nothing in those two. Grab that pearl before that shuts. Missed it. Grab that. Alright. Sometimes you might see a shark around the edges. They don't attack you, but they can be pretty creepy. Alright, we're going to get up here and be ready for a fight. Okay, so this was a pirate navigator, and he has some of our navigator's ink that we wanted, and there's a bunch of goodies up here that we can grab. Grab all of that, grab all this stuff. Okay, we've got to pick the lock here. It's just timing. Click it when it's in the green. If you miss 3 times, then you'll break your lockpick. Okay, we've got some good stuff out of there. Got a lot of stuff in here. Bit of money. I'll let you pause and read that if you want to. That'll be added to our bookshelf that we've got on our ship. Bits and pieces here. Give me that. Alright. So I think we've got everything there. We picked up some recipes. Let's learn that. We'll learn that one. We already know that one. We can learn this one. I might put the spyglass on my wheel too. One of them at least. That on there. Okay. No new equipment. Couple of new maps though. Alright. Got our navigator's ink. Okay, let's head back northwest. Let's just double check our position. Now these towers, they don't show up on the map. Here we are here, so northwest still, but more north than west. So let's redeploy. Hop down here. Don't want to get full damage, jump in the water. Alright. Let's pop all this stuff away. And let's hit the road. Alright. So, we currently have a quest for, just gonna pop that in there. Got a quest to catch a yellow tang, and I'm gonna use this fishing rod. It's not the best one for catching fish, but we might be able to catch a yellow tang with it. But we're gonna be able to catch a bunch of other stuff as well. Now, when you equip your fishing rod from your wheel or your hotbar, it's going to automatically assign some bait, and we've got ear guts equipped at the moment, as you can see down in the bottom left next to our food, next to our health bar, which we should actually top that up and drink a potion. There we go. You can reassign, pick whatever bait you want here. Fish guts is pretty good. But we're almost at our destination, so we'll do a bit more fishing later. So let's just cruise over here. Over there looks like a shipwreck. Not going to do that today, but we can we'll probably get a quest later on to go to a shipwreck. But we'll cruise up here. This island should be for the Hunters Guild. Alright, so let's cruise up here. And this will be a rather small island. May as well grab whatever resources we come along. And looks like we've got greenwood, which is handy. And we can't interact with most of this stuff because it's all in a settlement. We do have a mission board over here, so we'll grab these. We can't grab that one because we currently have our ink quest. We currently have a quest to get those skins, so we can't grab that one, and we can't grab that one because we currently have a quest to get a yellow tang. All right, let's put that away. There should be somewhere around here. There it is. Fast travel tower. So let's make sure we activate that. All right. All right, so there's quite a few NPCs around here that you can talk to. They don't have a real lot to say. There's not a lot that we can loot here. We can loot these logs. There is a merchant. Do you have any bait? No. Okay. But we want to speak to the guy in this house. Now, these barrels and stuff we can loot. And this box. Funnily enough, we can't grab the stuff off the top of it. Grab these logs, can't loot that barrel. Alright, but we'll go in here and we can read this book here. I'll let you pause and read that if you want. But we want to talk to the guild master here. And yes, we want to join the guild. And so she'll give us a quest to go and get 5 deer tails. And she's given us a map to a hunter's guild, which will probably be a different one. Different location to this one. Let's have a look. Okay, so we're at this one. Alright, what I might do, let's get back to our ship over here. Alright, I'm gonna put this one away so that I don't get them mixed up. Alright, so let's have a look at this. Yep, so that is another Hunter's Guild up here. Alright. So, what I'll do before we leave here, I don't think this is not really, it's not really that much in the way of clams and all that around this island, but there is some resources. It's not a huge island, so it won't take too long to gather the resources, but the greenwood is rather handy. So I'm going to pick up some of them. We've got foxes here as well. I'm going to leave them alone because foxes can be hard to find, and if we get a quest that we need foxes, then we know that we can come here and find some. But I'm going to run around this island and collect the resources here before we move on. So grab this, grab all the rocks here that we can, and all of the wood. So what I'll do is I'll collect this stuff up and I will see you in a moment. Okay, so I've gathered up all the resources I could find here. So now we want to head up northeast from where we are to the fishing guild, and it does look like there is another treasure in that direction. Let's deploy our ship. Sun is going down, so it's going to get dark. That's alright, we can sail in the dark, that's fine. And that treasure will be easier to spot. It's in the direction that we're going. Looks like we've got a good tailwind. I'm going to put my resources away. Pop all that in there. And now that we do have greenwood, let's make up some greenwood planks. Craft all those up. We're going to make some fishing lures while I'm here. Let's craft these. Let's do some iron ingots here. We got a quest for charcoal, and I think it was 5. Let's just do 10. And okay, now we can make our iron pickaxe, so we'll get that. Let's just check where we are. Did we? Well, we went past that treasure. I'm not going to worry about it. We'll keep going. But now we've got our iron pickaxe. I'm going to put that one on my number 5. Alright. We'll put the sextant down here as well. Um, just so I know, just so I don't accidentally sell it if it's equipped. Alright, let's check our position. Sunrise over there, or sunset rather. Let's see where we are. So, yep, northeast. Alright, let's just adjust course just a little bit. Okay. We'll may as well cast our rod out. Might catch something along the way. Can be a bit dodgy fishing while you're moving. I find do it down the side here. It's usually a bit better, but sometimes your bobber can you know, can float up in the air and you won't get any bites. But we should be fine. Well, let's just check the map again. Actually, we went too far. No, we didn't. We've still got to go. Alright, I'm going to clear the waypoints because I just confused myself. Let's do this one. Right, so we've still got a distance to go. Let's just re-pinpoint our location. Find a bright star. Alright, so more north than east we want to go. That should do it. Alright. Some flotsam. And actually we have our quests that we can hand in. This one with the charcoal. So hand that in. There's our flotsam that we just picked up, so let's open that. 40 copper, key, some stuff. Let's open this. Pop all the resources in there. Okay, a little bit hungry. Let's have something to eat here. Guess we'll eat that. I'm going to put away... Put those away for later. Fussed about those. Alright. Let's keep on fishing. So we are after a yellow tang, but we also want to fill up our logbook. So I'm using the... that's why I'm using the green fishing rod to collect up the other stuff. It's also a good way of making money. You know, if the general bait, well, we're not using any of the bait that we bought yet, but the general bait that we buy, just the standard lures, the worms, you're usually going to turn a profit. But we are just going to fish until we get there. Alright, you see a light shining over there. I think that is quite possibly going to be the island. Let's have a look here. Find a bright star. Yep. Okay. Alright, so we are now at the fishing guild. Do I have any pearls in here? Let's have a look. I'm not going to be using that. Hurry. Right. That's fine. Let's open this up. Okay. Jump in the water to avoid fall damage. And there's not much that we can loot around here. I think there is a... Yeah, most of these we can't interact with. Can jump on those boats, but there's nothing really around there. I mean, you can talk to these NPCs and they all have a little story to tell you. Let's get the fast travel tower unlocked. Got some more quests up here, but we're currently full of quests. Pop up here. And I'll let you pause and read that if you want to. Alright. Okay, the Fishing Guild Master. We'll talk to this guy. And yes, we are interested in joining. And he wants us to catch 3 blue grouper. And they are easier to catch with special grouper bait. You don't necessarily need grouper bait. Let's see what this guy has. You can pause and read all that if you want. I just want to get to his shop. Okay, we've got that recipe. We might grab that one. I'm not going to grab the $20 one just yet. Let's have a look up here. Okay, he doesn't do anything. Oh, he'll talk to you. Merchant, let's talk to this one. I'm going to buy all of his fishing lures. Well, not all of them, just the standard ones. And his worms as well. I'm going to buy some recipes. And once again, I'm not going to buy the super expensive ones. Alright. So, now we've got 2 fishing quests. There is a... Let's have a look around here. There's a couple of bits and pieces we can loot here. Alright, there's a dock over here with a treasure grabber. Can't interact with that, but if we dive down here, there is a chest here. Okay, but let's go back to our boat and we'll do some fishing. There is some fish that can only be caught at night. We may as well grab this while we're here. And I suppose we don't need to be on our boat. We could just fish off the edge here or off of one of the piers. That's fine. It's just that we have access to all of our stuff on our boat. Yeah, I missed. Alright, so pop up here. We can make... He wants grouper. let's see if we can, let's learn all of our recipes that we just got. And I could have sold that one. We can sell that later. Let's see if we've got what we need. Okay, we don't have one for grouper bait. That's fine. Okay. So let's just fish here and get these quests done a lot quicker without the without using the green rod. But we do want to collect up all the different non-fish items. There is a reward for getting everything listed in the book. Oops. And with all of your bait, there is a chance that it'll get used up. That is pot luck. We used one up then. There is certain lures that have less of a chance to get used up, and certain lures that are better at catching certain fish. But we're just going to fish until we get what we need. So we need a yellow tang and we need 3 blue groupers. And these are just standard fish. There's our yellow tang. So we can hand that one in here because that's a normal, just a normal quest. Open up the chest that we got as a reward. Close out of that. Put that stuff away. We'll go back over to the quest board. So now we can get another fishing quest. Smallmouth bass. It's possible we already have some of those in our chest. Let's have a look. Cancel that. No. Let's have a look. Salmon. No, we don't. Okay. While I'm here. Alright. Okay. I don't care about any of those. So, we'll keep fishing. So we need 3 blue groupers and 3 smallmouth bass. Barracuda. Okay, now we've got no bait. If we re-equip our rod or change our rod here, it'll automatically put bait on, but we don't want that bait. Let's change to the standard lures. Oops. Alright, a jewelry box. Nice. So, when you get a bite, the little mini game is pretty simple. It's just timing. You've just got to click it in the green, and you see the little fish that is running across the bottom. That'll be outlined in a different colour, and the colours represent the rarity. But it runs from the left to the right, and if it reaches the right before you click, like, you can fail your clicks as many times as you want, but you do have a time limit, and so that time limit is from the time that the little fish icon gets from the left there to the right. And we'll be catching better and better fish as we level up. So I'm just gonna keep on fishing here. Whoops, missed. Gunpowder keg. Okay, so that's a new one. So we'll get gunpowder out of this, obviously. Ring out of that. Open this one. These ones are always good because they have an assortment of stuff. That looks like it might be a better pistol than what we currently have. Let's have a look at what it's got on it. Increase critical damage by 20. Yep, we'll grab that and we'll equip that to our number 3. Alright. I'm going to put my spare shovel in here. Keep everything else because we'll sell the spares that we've got there. Okay, let's have a look at this ring. Alright, so click on this and see what we've got. Yeah. Alright, so well, it's definitely going to be better than pretty much either of these, really. Let's unequip that one. And we'll equip this one. Alright. So I'm just going to keep on fishing until we've caught our smallmouth bass or the blue groupers. But I'll do most of this off camera, so I'll see you in a moment. Alright, so I've been fishing all through the night and caught a few fish as well as a few other things. So we got an armor cache. It's got a pendant, a sunken coin purse, 24 copper, 2 of these, another flintlock there, a couple of maps in bottles, so a map to a cave and a map to another seaport. Okay, and we got one of our smallmouth bass. Now I'm going to head back to the merchant. So he didn't have any recipes for grouper bait, but he might actually have just the lures himself. So let's have another talk to him. Let's see what he has. Let's sell some stuff. I'm not going to sell that one yet because I haven't looked at it. We can sell that one. We haven't looked at that one yet, but I doubt that it's going to be as good as that one. We can sell these, that's fine. We'll keep the crab, smallmouth bass. He can have my stamina potions. I don't really care about those. Clownfish. There will be a recipe where we'll use a clownfish, so I might hang on to that. Barracuda we'll get quests for. I'm going to sell these. We'll sell the night skimmers. And sell the trophy bass. It's 1 silver. That's not bad. Let's see. Okay, We know that one, so we can sell that. We can have the emerald. And we can have all that junk. Alright, let's see what you got in here. Yeah, it does have a group of 8. Alright. I guess I'll grab all of them. Probably only need 1 or 2. Cruise back to the boat. Well, I suppose we don't really need to be on the boat. Actually, let's just have a look at our gear here. Alright, so this one's 3 strength, 1 dex. 20% more damage at night. Yeah, I won't be using this one for hunting. We'll use our bow for hunting. Let's have a look at this. Well, maybe this one. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd rather keep this one for the time being. Alright, let's attach our grouper bait. And we'll still use this fishing rod, that's fine. So you're not necessarily always going to get grouper or get what the bait is designed for. It just increases the chance of getting that sort of fish. Definitely catch other sorts of fish with the wrong bait. But we'll see. Well, we'll use that one up. Alright, we got 1 blue grouper. And we've used up 1 of our grouper baits. Piranha. That used 1 of our grouper baits. So we'll see, we might not get them all with this bait. But if we keep on fishing, we will eventually get them. But if I run out of these, I'll just go back to the normal lures. Map in a bottle. Alright, so I'm just going to keep on fishing and I'll see you in another moment. Okay, so I've got my got our 3 groupers. Still got 1 grouper bait left. Let's open these up. Got another one of these. Okay. Another map in a bottle. A map to a pirate crypt. Alright. Let's have a look at this one. I mean, that might be nice. Yeah, I guess we'll equip that one. We'll sell the rest. What else have we got? Yeah. Okay. So let's go hand in this one. And he'll give us another quest. We'll get the bass on the road. We can't mine the silver yet. But let's hand this in. There you go. So now he's lost an old fishing document. And we can find it on a sunken shipwreck. And he's given us a lure and some cash and a map. A map to a sunken shipwreck. Yeah, this one. So, okay. So I think that might do it for this episode. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.